Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Here There Be Stories. It is almost July. It is almost July, which means it is time for round 7 of Battle of the Bands Readathon. The theme for this is called Oh Canada because Stacy is from Canada, so we're kind of paying like a homage to Canada for her. So if you don't know, if you're new here, or if you haven't joined or done a Battle of the Bands Readathon before, it is hosted by Jake over from the Bookish Drummer and his wife Stacy from the chapter Conundrum. So yes, this is round 7, y'all. We have been doing this for quite a while and I'm ready for another one because I have been in a reading slump. Slumping hard. And usually when I'm in a slump, I just reread all my favorites. So I've been doing a lot of rereading this year. And one of the prompts on this list is reread a favorite. So that makes me happy. So I need to get out of the slump. I need to get out of the slump. Yes, I do. So in today's video, this is kind of an announcement video slash TBR. I know that all of our announcements have been coming out late this month. So because we are late on our announcement video, we are going to be having the signups run until July 7th. So usually it is the 1st is when we start the readathon, and that is the last day of June would be the deadline. But instead, the deadline for this readathon to sign up for it will be July 7th. Let's jump right into it. So I am going to put on the screen all of the rules. And if you're new here, basically that way you can just pause and read the rules. It's very, very simple. It's only one book per prompt, so no doubling up on prompts. You can read a book, a novel or novella, or a collection of like short stories, but the minimum is 150 pages. So no graphic novels, manga, this is all text books only, or word books only. Prompts don't need to be read in order, so for us mood readers, or if you're like me and you are relying on the library holds or like the Libby app, you can read in whatever order you want, whatever order the library brings in your holds. And of course, prompts are open to interpretation, which I will be going over my own interpretation for some of these prompts as well. So when you read a prompt for your own team, let's say you're on my team, for example, you will give your own team 30 prompts. So if you read a prompt for my team and you're on my team, we will get 30 prompts. Now, if you read a prompt for another team, you are attacking that team, and that means you subtract 10 points from that team. So this is a competitive readathon, y'all. We'll also have our bonus challenges. There are 2 bonus challenges throughout the month. Usually the first one goes up after the first week is done, and then the second bonus challenge will go up near the end of the month. Each of the bonus challenges that you do will earn your team 10 points. Okay, so here we talk about encore readers. We do something called encore readers, basically. So if you want to be an encore reader, you sign up for it on the sign up form, but basically what that is saying is you can read all 20 prompts and you can read up to 5 extra. We have inactive team members on our team. We will activate you as an encore member and you can read up to 5 more books. So yeah, if you're gonna be an encore member, you gotta know that you can read a lot. All right, let's get to the prompts. So the first team is captained by Jake, and he is representing the country and folk genre. Prompt number 1, The Weight by the Band, a book that would take a load off your TBR or bookshelves. Now for this, you can interpret this in a couple ways. Like one way is if you have TBR veterans that have been on your shelf for a long time and it just feels like it's weighing on you because it's been there for so long, read a TBR veteran. That's one way to interpret it. Prompt number 2, Heart of Gold, a book with a character who is searching for something. Prompt number 3, You're Still the One, reread a favorite. Prompt number 4, Heave Away, a book with a nautical theme or that's set on a boat or ship. Prompt number 5, Canadian Summer, a book set at a cottage, lake house, or camp. I'm also going to be doing my TBR during this video, so I do not plan on hitting all 20. I have never read 20 books in a month. So I am going to, after I list all the prompts under the teams, I'm going to tell you the ones that I've already chosen for my TBR. So underneath the country and folk for to attack Jake's team, I have 3 prompts that I plan on doing. For prompt number 2, a book with a character searching for something, I plan on reading Nightshade by Autumn Woods. This is a dark academia. I think it's a newer release, and dark academia is kind of like a buzzword for me. I am always looking for a good dark academia. This is set at Sorrow Song University, hidden in the misty Scottish Highlands, and immediately that tells me there's going to be murder. Murder has to be involved, a murder mystery of some sort, because I have never read a book set in the Scottish Highlands that wasn't murderous or mysterious in some way. For the mystery, the murder mystery, the secrets, dark academia, I'm ready for it. Prompt number 3, reread a favorite. That's my favorite. It's a favorite prompt. I love it. I am going to read We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clywer. Marcus Clywer. This book, I have reread this book probably 5 times. Probably 5 times. It's one of my favorite, actually, I think it just might be my favorite mystery thriller of all time. I love this book so much. It is like Twilight Zone, Matrix type of read. Just a short premise of this is we're following our main character, Eve. Her and her partner, Charlie, they're house flippers, and they have just purchased this house on the West Coast in Oregon. One night, Eve is home by herself, and there is a knock at the door. It's a family, but the guy says, "We used to live here. Can I show my family the house that I grew up in?" As soon as these strangers enter the house, all kind of things start to happen. And that is, I will leave it at that. For prompt number 4, nautical theme or set on a ship. So I'm going to go with nautical theme for this one. I'm going to read Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I had just seen this movie a few weeks ago. This movie is so good. It is so good. It is one of my new favorite heartwarming movies. So I do recommend this movie. So after I read the book, in my wrap-up video, I will compare the two and see if I like them both, if I like one more than the other. But I will say the movie is so well done. And it's so heartwarming. And it is set in, I think, British Columbia, Canada. And I immediately knew that, because it's so beautiful there. It's gorgeous. It's set right on the seaside, which is the nautical theme. So it is set by the seaside where our main character, she works in an aquarium. And it's a story about her, like this friendship that she creates with this octopus named Marcellus at the aquarium that they rescued. I am excited to read this book just because the movie was so stinking heartwarming. It's so good. How many times am I going to say heartwarming? It's heartwarming. All right, next up is Team Rock, captained by Nico. Prompt number 6, Taking Care of Business, a book set in a workplace. Prompt number 7, The Spirit of the Radio, a book whose description includes your buzzwords. Prompt number 8, Summer of '69, a book set during the summer. Prompt number 9, Ahead by a Century, a book ahead of its time or set in the future. Riot, a book featuring an injustice or a revolution. Okay, so I have only one picked out so far, and that is for prompt number 7. I'm going to be reading description. Prompt number 7, the description that includes my buzzwords, Silvercloak by L.K. Stephen. Okay, so this, like the audiobook, it says I think it's like 17 hours, which would be the longest. This might be the longest book on my TBR. This would be the longest one. This would be the chunker. Set in a world where magic is fueled by pleasure and pain, an obsessive detective infiltrates a brutal gang of dark mages, knowing that one wrong move will get her killed. Okay, so I think the gang is called the Blood Moons. They've murdered our main character's parents. This is a revenge story. Okay, so she is set on revenge. She lies her way into Silvercloak Academy. The whole premise of something being fueled by pleasure and pain as currency is a very, very intriguing avenue to explore. It's very intriguing. So my buzzwords in this would be magic is fueled by pleasure and pain as currency, revenge, academy, undercover, mystery detective. Those are my buzzwords. All right, and the next team would be yours truly. I am representing Team Pop this round, and it's interesting what Canadians consider pop. It's just like Celine Dion is on this list, and I would never consider her to be pop. Prompt number 11, Sunglasses at Night, read a book featuring a shady character. Prompt number 12, Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone, read a book by an author who has passed away. Prompt number 13, It's All Coming Back to Me Now, a book set during your formative or childhood years. Prompt number 14, Skater Boy, read a book you've put on a past TBR. And prompt number 15, Mercy, you're at the mercy of dice. Roll dice to determine your next read. Okay, so because this is my team, I of course I'm going to fulfill all of these prompts. So prompt number 11, shady character, I'm going to read Thistlemarsh by Maria Corrigan. This is a fairy story. It says fairies disappeared over 100 years ago as suddenly as slipping through a doorway. It was only the very foolish or the very determined who held out hope for their return. Welcome to Thistlemarsh, a ramshackle estate where an impoverished orphan and a beguiling fairy collide in an enchanting novel of love, revenge, and ruin. So we're in the wake of a great war. The world is a decidedly a magical place for Mouse Dune. Okay, so I guess our main character, her name is Mouse. She once dreamed of becoming a fairy anthropologist, but with one telegram, her world shattered. There's a death in the family. Her brother was left with shell shock, and now she's got to take care of him. There's a dilapidated manor in the English countryside. She has to repair this manor in an allotted time. Her uncle has left her the fairy-blessed Thistlemarsh Hall, which is her childhood home, to claim her birthright, but it has to be done. She has to rehabilitate the crumbling manor in a certain amount of time, or she'll forfeit her inheritance. And the Fae appears, and there's a deal, and it's mysterious, and I'm going to say Fae are shady. So there's our shady character right there. For prompt number 12, read a book by an author who has passed away. So for this, I am probably going to read Edgar Allan Poe. I have Poe's poems. You can see that. And there's a nice quote on the back. It says, "Those who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who dream only by night." And this one is, it has his poems and his short stories in it. So I'm just going to read 150 pages of maybe of like this one or a combination. I don't know, but I'm probably going to read Edgar Allan Poe. Prompt number 13, a book set during formative or childhood years. For this one, I am going to read one of my favorites, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. Now this one is not set, not childhood years, but formative years aren't necessarily childhood. Formative, my interpretation of that could be set during a former period in your life that were impressionable, that affected your personality, your character. So in our main character in this, his name is Oliver, and it goes back from present tense to the past in his formative years. So in the present tense, he just got out of prison for a 10-year sentence. Noises. And he's retelling the story of basically how he ended up there to begin with. And it's set when the past tense, his formative years, was when he was in an elite, prestigious Shakespearean academy for actors. You're following, he's kind of reminiscing and telling the story of him and his clique and group of friends, and how they basically succumb to madness. Prompt number 14, read a past TBR book. So for this one, I'm going to read The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. So a couple months ago, I had read The Housemaid and I had watched the movie, and I'm going to have a wrap-up video to give my thoughts on this, so I'm not going to give too much. I'm not going to give any details about it here, so stay tuned for my wrap-up video to see my thoughts on that one. But since I read The Housemaid, I've had The Housemaid's Secret on my TBR a couple times, and now I'm finally getting it in on Libby. Pardon me, I don't have high expectations for this because, I mean, if you've read the book, seen the movie, you know, you probably know I wouldn't have high expectations. But our main character, Millie, I don't know how she's gonna, to have a continued story with her is kind of intriguing to me, what the author is gonna do to kind of make that more exciting. So my expectations are not set too high for this, considering, and I loved the first book, so I will tell you that. I mean, the first book I gave 4.5 stars. It was like a 4.5 star read. Prompt number 15, my dice roll prompt. And I just love rolling dice. I love it. So for this one, it landed on A Land So Wide by Erin A. Craig. There are a few books that I really enjoy by Erin A. Craig. I love her writing style. She is very good at setting atmosphere. I'm really excited about this one. This one has, kind of like her book Small Favors, this one also has a lot of, if you've seen the movie The Village, it has the village vibes to it as well. It's very similar to Small Favors in the way that it feels. It's like everyone else in the settlement of Mistaken, Greer Mackenzie is trapped. Founded by an ambitious lumber merchant, the village is blessed with rich natural resources that have made its people prosperous, but at a cost. The same woods that have lined the townsfolk's pockets harbor dangerous beasts, wolves, bears, and the bright-eyes, which are monsters beyond description who have rained utter destruction down on the nearby settlements. But Mistaken's founders made a deal with them. The mysterious benevolence, the warding stones that surround the town will keep the bright-eyes out and the town citizens in. Anyone who spends a night within Mistaken's borders belongs to it forever. Okay, so you're kind of stuck there. You're stuck there. You're trapped there. Our main character is a map maker. Okay, a map maker and an eccentric dreamer. She wants to explore the world. She wants to escape. Yeah. There's a love interest in here because of course there is. He disappears and she's going after him to find him, rescue. So now we're on a rescue mission. She's trying to defy the curse of this place, fight the monsters, defeat the monsters. So that's what this one is about. And I really like the village vibes, so I'm here for it. All right, and our last team is Team Dance Electronic, captained by Ian from Ian the Reader. Prompt number 16, Crab Bucket, a book about a character who feels stuck. Prompt number 17, Ghosts and Stuff, a book about a character who is haunted emotionally or literally. Prompt number 18, Started from the Bottom, a popular author debut novel. Prompt number 19, Starboy, a book about someone wealthy or famous. And prompt number 20, Greedy, a book that features one of the 7 deadly sins. Okay, so far I have one prompt where I know what I'm going to be reading for, and that's prompt number 17, the character haunted emotionally or literally. So I'm going to read another reread, one of my favorites, The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. Love this. This is like a dark gothic fairy tale retelling, but it's not a fantasy. It's just, it is written in the way of a fantasy, and it's so beautifully written and twisted, and I just really love and appreciate how the author wrote this. Okay, y'all. Let me know down in the comments down below if you're going to be participating in this round 7 Battle of the Bands Canadian themed readathon. If you have any suggestions on the prompts that I still have empty that I need to fill, let me know in the comments below. And join my team, be on my team, help us win this round. We need a win, okay? The goal is to not let Jake win. He had, that was the goal last readathon because he had previously won 4 in a row, and last time he did not win. So that's kind of the goal again. We can't let Jake win, but I would like to win. So join my team, help me win. All the information for this readathon is going to be down in the description box below. I'm going to put the Discord link. If you join the Discord, that's where everything is. That's where we're hosting the readathon. That is where the team channels are going to be. The sign up form is down below. There's a Google Doc that has all of the information as well. So sign up form and the Discord. Those are the 2 things that you need to do if you want to join. If you like this video, give me that thumbs up and don't forget to smash that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming bookish content. As always, happy reading, and I shall see you in the next video. And I have a wrap-up video coming up next, so if you want to see that, hit subscribe. Don't miss a thing. Cheers.